So this is that time of your life when you need to be fit and healthy, and you do not want to fall sick after such an extensive preparation for the exam. Insufficient sleep could also reduce one's tolerance, getting angry and irritated even for small matters. That can also make a person restless and anxious, making stress impossible to manage. Nerves could cause sleeplessness the night before the exams. However, every attempt should calm oneself down and try to get as much rest as possible in the given situation. So tips to follow on the day of the exam, the much awaited day, or should I say much dreaded day, has now arrived. Okay, so mistakes at this stage could prove expensive, so much expense. So here are some tips to help you make it through the day and do well in the exam. Wake up early, wake up well in time to avoid last minute rush. Freshen up for the day. Calmly doing all that you have to rush can make you anxious. Statistics show that it is the early risers who are more energetic than those who sleep late. They are known to be leading business persons, head of states, and troubleshooters, etc. Everyone should do this actually. The reasoning behind this is that the human body produces melatonin, the sleep-inducing hormone, at night. Our body clock, the circadian rhythms work following the light and darkness surrounding us actually. So the retina in our eyes that passes signals after perceiving light to our body clock automatically stops melatonin production actually, so awakening us from the slumber. Oh, that's what happening. So that is why being sleepy and sluggish in the late hours and more alert and responsive in the early morning. Okay, so that is why people who sleep early and rise early wake up refreshed as all their sleep cycles would have been completed. The chances of scoring more than otherwise academically are proved in individuals who wake up early. Recent studies show that students who rose early in the morning had a higher GPA than those who went to bed late and go up late in the morning. Avoid stress. Okay, so you are now on the brink of answering your CA final exams. The most important thing to do is to remain calm. When a person is under stress about his exams, you should acknowledge that the fear causes his mind to underperform. Okay, so the thought so dominates his mind, increasing his anxiety, because of which he fails to retrieve what he has studied, and he feels like he has forgotten everything. He draws a complete blank. That triggers a chain reaction where the fear keeps on rising and he will end up a total wreck. In such a state of mind, he will not be able to write anything on his answer script, and that could leave such an impact on his mind that could light its ugly head in him every time he attempts to write an exam in the future too. To avoid nerves at the last minute, one must be sure of the subject matter. The whole syllabus should be studied and revised a minimum of 2 to 3 times during the study leave and adjusted once on the previous day of the exam. So faith in oneself. You have worked very hard and sacrificed much for this exam, and you want to give it your best actually. So some negative thoughts may creep in you, trying to shake your resolve at this juncture. With that, you could start feeling unsure of yourself. Okay, so you could get restless and anxious. You must realize that such negative feelings could rob you of the fruit of your toil. But do not let the what ifs disturb you. Look at yourself and all that you have achieved this far. You must have an excellent academic record to have chosen this path actually. So you have cleared the first 2 challenging levels to be eligible to answer the CA final examinations too. Believe in yourself and have a firm belief in yourself that you can do it. We can do it actually. So walk into the examination hall with the confidence and a positive attitude. So you are one of the best of the best. Watch what you eat, foods with high glucose and simple carbohydrates could make one sluggish and challenging for the aspirant to concentrate. Okay, it has been scientifically proven that nutritious meals with a high fiber are highly energizing and slightly slow to digest are best eaten about an hour before the exam. These foods promote focus and memory and lift the spirits of human beings. Fruits, oats, nuts are the things an aspirant must eat just before an exam. The food eaten still maybe will steadily energize the student, enabling him to perform better at the examinations. Relaxation before exam, it might be next to impossible for an aspirant not to have butterflies in his stomach actually. With this kind of nervousness, it is hard to concentrate and do well. A calmness in mind is essential. Take a few minutes to write down all that worries you on a sheet of paper. By such a process, you will be emptying your mind of all your troubles onto a surface sheet of paper where you can deal with it and let go of it too. Your peers may come to you just before the exam and say something that could disturb you. It is for this purpose it would be advisable to remain alone until you get into the examination hall. It is also advisable not to discuss or dwell on the paper once you have finished answering. Okay, so the past is past and you cannot change anything about it now. By conducting a post-mortem of the exam, you could only disturb yourself, adversely affecting the rest of the papers or exams in future too. Okay, so receive good wishes and blessing before leaving for the exam. A good word from the people you care of about is very significant to build up your confidence. Your parents love you and wish great things for you. Receive all the blessings and good wishes before leaving home for the exam. A quick call could work wonders to boost your confidence. If you live far from home, be on time for your examination before leaving your home for the examination. Okay, make sure that you have all those things you needed to write the exam. Okay, so ensure that you are at the venue an hour before the examinations time. Okay, certain factors such as traffic or lack of convenience could delay you. Okay, so take stock of all such aspects and take the necessary measures to overcome them. You cannot be late for the most crucial exam of your life. Time yourself so that you do not lose track of it. Know the area where you will be answering your exam. Do not stress yourself out with one eye on the clock, trying to find the spot on time. Once you have reached the venue, locate the exact place or hall where you will be seated to answer your exam. Ensure that the spot is right for you. By doing so, you will eliminate unforeseen circumstances of stresses once all that is done. Okay, sit in a quiet spot. Remind yourself that you have had a good preparation, worked hard, covered the entire syllabus, and perk yourself up. Okay, so now that you are on your seat, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and reassure yourself that all will be well. That's it. Take a sip of water and relax. Make proper utilization of your time. You are now all set to answer the exam. Allot time wisely and efficiently by making optimal use of the first 15 minutes of the reading time. Prepare yourself mentally during the reading with the required strategies to answer the paper. Set aside the last 15 minutes of your time for checking your question paper. And one another thing from me, maybe it is a bonus for you or not, maybe. Okay, so it is my personal experience. After continuous traveling, say like 10 hours, a car should be given proper rest, right, to work more efficiently and effectively, because car is a machine built cost to travel and nothing else. Okay, otherwise that will lose its balance and efficiency. Like that, we have to give our body, mind and brain a steady mind, cool situation, everything fine dad like situation. Okay, so in exam days I do not touch books, I do not read anything. I had times when I was writing intermediate exam up to 1:30 p.m. I was reading or doing problems like that. Okay, but in CA final I completely stopped everything and started to think like this. Okay, even if I am not doing well after 3 or 4 months of preparation, and I am going to do something wonderful by just hours left for exam, so I understand that I have some serious problem. So what is that? It is like a leopard or lion waiting for its target for hours, and when it's reached in correct eyesight, grab the opportunity. So in exam days, reading and finishing something will even tire our brain and mind. So don't do that, something like that. Okay, so I personally didn't touch books to sit calm. Okay, so I had seen students who even read books just before exams, and I simply don't care them. I look at my things necessary, that's it, friends. So friends, at the end, now you are a born achiever and you have achieved much already academically. Put on the armor of confidence and you got this. Fear not, you are going to pass this exam in flying colors. So best of luck, wish you all the best.